Lexington Cool Cat, San Ron Capistrano, Flying the Flag. All this coming up on Horses and Courses.
This is the OTB Television Network.
One back, boss.
The Off-Track Betting Television Network presents Horses and Courses, OTB Thoroughbred News with your host, Jack Wolfeseder. And now with a look at this week's news in the thoroughbred industry, here's Jack.
Hey everyone, welcome to this week's edition of Horses and Courses. Do we have a lineup for you? I got 25 races that I want to show you parts of, or races in their entirety on the program this week. It's been that kind of a week with many tracks having several big races. Of course, the Keeneland meet continues with their stake races every single day. We want to get those in for you. And Santa Anita closing out a very fine winter-spring run of action at the Great Race Place. We'll have all of their closing weekend action for you as well. The big ticket items, you'll get to see their racing in their entirety. We'll have to shorten up some of the smaller purse races for you. Let's get rolling. Down in Miami at Hialeah on Saturday afternoon, the big one, the Hialeah Turf Cup Handicap for the older horses, of course, at 1 mile and 3/16, $200,000, the guaranteed purse on the race. Is Frank Miramati in Miami with the call.
And they're off in the Hialeah Turf Cup Handicap, and they all came out smoothly. Copy editor immediately sent to the early lead. Subordination is on the outside in second. Blazing Sword came out running in third. Val's Prince is now moving up a closer fourth. In behind that comes Yagli, who's fifth. Then it's Harahi on the outside, about 10 lengths off the quick tempo being set in the early stages. In behind that comes Storm Trooper, followed by Claudius, and Flag Down is at the back of the pack, better than 15 lengths off the lead. Moving around the first turn, and it's Copy Editor in front by a length. Subordination is right up alongside in second, and these two have pulled 5 lengths in front of Val's Prince in third. Yagli is fourth, about 9 lengths off the lead. In behind him comes Blazing Sword, 5 lengths clear of Storm Trooper. Then it's Flag Down, followed by Harahi. Down the back stretch, it's Copy Editor on the inside and Subordination, 2 lengths in front now of Val's Prince, who's getting closer in third. Then it's Yagli, who's finding his best ride in fourth, 5 lengths off the lead. Blazing Sword is in behind him, fifth. Harahi is on the outside, sixth, now 8 lengths off the lead. Gary Boulanger asking Storm Trooper to pick it up. And Flag Down still has 11 lengths to make up as they approach the quarter pole. Copy Editor has put away Subordination. Yagli is out after him now in second. Then it's Val's Prince in third with Blazing Sword. Flag Down switches to the far outside. A furlong from the finish. Yagli on the outside is up to challenge Copy Editor. Val's Prince is 4 lengths back in third. Then it's Blazing Sword, Stormtrooper, and Flag Down. But Yagli takes control of the Hialeah Turf Cup Handicap. Blazing Sword, Stormtrooper, and Copy Editor are chasing. But it's Yagli and Humberto Castillo Jr. who win the Hialeah Turf Cup Handicap.
Yagli and Flag Down, coupled in the wagering, both owned by Alan Paulson, went off the 8-5 favorite, but I think they were more looking toward Flag Down than Yagli. Yagli saves the day. He's trained by Bill Mott, gets the length score, was third in the Bougainvillea, and now relishes the extra 16th of a mile from that 1 1/8 to 1 3/16. Herbie Castillo making the most of his work for trainer Mott, gets the win. Stormtrooper and Blazing Sword second and third, 1 3/16, 1:51 in 3. Sunday afternoon, the 3-year-olds were sprinting in the Bahamas Stakes. 7/8 of a mile, 50 thou, the guaranteed purse. Again, we go to Frank for the call.
A quarter of a mile to go, and it's Galopiazzassi on the inside. One way, Love is the danger on the outside. These two come to the 3/16 together. Galopiazzassi has something left. One way, Love in the red blinkers. They're 4 lengths in front of Midnight Coyote. Extreme outside, Overlord with a late run. Coming to the 16th pole, and it's Galopiazzassi clear by 3. Overlord extreme outside on the inside, Midnight Coyote. But Galopiazzassi and Jose Rivera, very impressive in winning the Bahama Stakes.
Ronaldo Noble sends out Galopiazzassi, a 21-1 shot to win the Bahamas by 3. This horse was second in non-winners other than last time out. He's only won 1 race before that. Now he's a stakes winner. Ding, 44 bucks on Galopiazzassi. Izzy Rivera in the irons. Overload, the fave, was second. Midnight Coyote gets the show money. 123-3 for Galopiazzassi in the Bahamas on Sunday. All right, the Pimlico, several stakes on Saturday afternoon. We'll start it off with the Caesar's Wish Stakes at a mile and a 16th. We've got Maryland-bred 3-year-old fillies in the lineup here. The purse is 75 thou, and guaranteed monies is Dave Rodman in Maryland with the call.
It's Marigold Princess the leader. Here's Mizan on the outside trying to take her on. Fescue is dropping back, losing some ground. Pearl Blossom's running a big one down to the inside to Little JD. Rammer cuts the corner home, and then Roby. A furlong and a half to go, and it's Marigold Princess. Prado very confident here on Marigold Princess. Lets her out a notch or two. But Pearl Blossom up on the outside at 25-1, trying to catch the favorite Marigold Princess. But Marigold Princess is going to the winner's circle, and she's going to do it with ease. Marigold Princess. Prado just needs to pose for the picture to win it by 2.
Marigold Princess, Edgar Prado up, length and a half score for Todd Pletcher. 2 in a row, won the Politely at Laurel last time out, and she's all but eased under the wire here. Very impressive win. Pearl Blossom, Fescue, second, third. 144-3 for Marigold Princess's romp in the Caesar's Wish. Next up, we've got the Geisha handicap for the older gals at a mile and a 16th. 100 thou, the guaranteed purse for these state breds. Again, is Dave's call.
But it's a strong Weathervane who hits the quarter pole at the top of the stretch. Weathervane on top by a length and a half. Snit on the extreme outside, and Termly battles away, followed by Salute and Runners racing at the rail. A furlong and a half to go. Termly's coming after Weathervane. Weathervane pushed along Termly. Snit can't do it. Final furlong. Weathervane put to the constant drive. Termly's trying to get by, but it's Weathervane. Weathervane by a length past the 16th pole from Termly. Weathervane is going the distance to win it a half length. Termly second. Salute and Run and Snit.
Weathervane, hey, who said she can't get a route of ground? Look at this. They put her on the front end, of course, that's where she's going to be. She slows everybody down, 24, 48, 13 and change. Mario Pino's got enough left to get the victory. A length and a half to the good at a mile and a 16th. Who would have thunked it? Sent off at 2-1. Guess she didn't fool anybody. Termly, Salute and Run, second and third. Weathervane getting a route of ground in 1:43 and 4. The Jennings handicap for older state breds was the 9th race Saturday afternoon. They're at a mile and a furlong. It's another 100 thou guaranteed race. Again, here's Dave with the call.
Getting to the top of the stretch, about a quarter of a mile to run. Fireside Brass on the outside. Testifly is right there. Testifly, Fireside Brass, swing 4 home together. Lies of a Mission running a big race, and Brilliant Patriot is next in the back of the pack. Tams Armada. Testifly just in front. Final furlong. Fireside Brass. Testing is clear on the outside. Here comes Testing, rolling but running out of time. Testing gaining. Testifly in front. Testifly in testing. Testifly in testing. And battling is Fireside Brass. Testifly testing. Testifly beats Testing, and Fireside Brass in that place photo.
Testifly, Greg Hutton up, half-length score, 2 in a row for trainer Dale Mills, pressing the pace all the way and zooms on by for the win at a 6-1 price, beating Testing with Fireside Brass, finishing in the show spot. 149-1 for Testifly in the Jennings. All right, the Federico Tessio, the 10th race. These are 3-year-olds. This could earn a possible berth in the Preakness for the winner. We've got a 1.125 distance, 200 thou, the guaranteed purse on the Tessio. Again, here's Dave Rodman describing the race for us.
And they're off to a flawless start in the Tessio. King Harvey, Find the Facts, Monk's Falcon, Mr. Business now going to be taken back on the inside. Here comes Gambino. Gambino up on the outside to run with the early leaders. Find the Facts now settles down there in fifth. Thomas Joe is taken back in hand, 7 lengths off the lead. Medford ground saving around the clubhouse turn. B-flat Major and Spartan Cat is last, and last a long way, about 14 lengths off the leaders. Pace appears very solid out here. Monk's Falcon pushed along by King Harvey on the outside. The two front runners have opened up about 4 lengths. On Gambino, Mr. Business now levels off their 4th position, 7 lengths in the lead. Find the Facts, Medford still ground saving past the 3/4, and back to B-flat Major, and Thomas Joe only has one beaten, that is Spartan Cat. Spartan Cat is lagging way behind, got to be 22, 23 lengths off the lead, but Monk's Falcon really flying out there today, leads it by 1.5 lengths, and King Harvey trying to keep on pressing him past the 4.5 furlong marker. Gambino, Mr. Business, now Thomas Joe hitting best stride. Here comes Thomas Joe taking 4th on the inside, just to the inside of Medford, then B-flat Major moving up on the far outside. Find the Facts, and Spartan Cat is last. Around the far turn, Monk's Falcon had to work hard, got the lead by 2 lengths. Thomas Joe ready to fire up now the 2nd spot. Gambino is 3rd, then B-flat Major. Medford looking for a way through in between horses, and Spartan Cat still back there, 2nd last position. Getting to the top of the stretch, Thomas Joe from Monk's Falcon, and Thomas Joe kicks on strongly for home, opens up about 1 length on Monk's Falcon in the 2nd spot. Gambino is weary. Medford has found a way through, 5 lengths in the front. Mr. Business on the far outside. Thomas Joe, but Monk's Falcon's trying to fire back at him on the inside. Thomas Joe, Monk's Falcon, Medford gaining little by little, 16th to go, and it's Thomas Joe. Thomas Joe in front. Thomas Joe's going to steal the show at Pimlico in the Tessio. Thomas Joe to win it by 2.5. Medford 2nd. And
Thomas Joe, Steve Hamilton up 2.5 length score at 9-2 odds, trained by James Jerkins. This is a Texas bred who has raced for as low as $25,000, claiming non-winners of 2 conditions. Then she went through her A other than and 2 other than conditions. She's a 3-year-old by strong performance and a gelding, and puts in a very strong performance as she pulls away in the stretch for the score. Mark her down for the Preakness. Medford was 2nd. Monk's Falcon, boy, he lost a little bit of his luster by this 3rd place finish. Perhaps we'll see him in the Preakness, though. But it is Thomas Joe going the 1.5 miles of the Tessio in 1:50 left. Delaware Park opens up on Saturday afternoon. They've got a tremendous run of races in store for us, with all that slot machine money being funneled into the purse structure down at Delaware. The first stake we've got for you from the meet is Saturday's Peach Blossom. It's a 3-year-old filly sprint, 50 thou, the guaranteed purse. Our announcer at Delaware is John Curran. Here's his call of the Peach Blossom.
Half in, 45 3, heading for home. Real Dream Girl leads it, but here comes Hairspray rolling on the outside for McCarthy, and Hairspray shoots right to the front and quickly opens up 3 lengths on the field. The battle's for 2nd. It's Hairspray in front. On the outside, Meadow Dream getting up for 2nd. City Dance Missy with the rail in the show spot.
Robert Meyerhoff and Dickie Small team up here to send Hairspray to the front. They don't look back. Even money shot. Mike McCarthy in the irons. She gets her 3rd in a row, 4 out of 5, and that one she didn't win, she was 2nd. What a nice filly she is. She's by Pentelicus. She gets the win here by 4 easy lengths. She's run all over the place, at Laurel, at the fairgrounds, at Pimlico, and now at Delaware, wide and driving as she scores under wraps. Meadow Dream was 2nd. City Dance Missy gets the show money. Hairspray, 6 furlongs in 1:11 and 1. All right, let's take our first break here. When we come out the break, we've got our action from Keeneland. There's stake race every single day. We've got the Lone Star action, the big day on Sunday of this past week. Santa Anita's closing weekend, the Golden Gate Fields California Derby, state breds down at Aqueduct. We got tons more to go. Don't go away. Be right back after these messages.
The 1998 Kentucky Derby is Saturday, May 2nd. Wager at any Capital OTB location.
All right, off to Keeneland. We'll go back to last Thursday and Friday. We'll show you a little snippets of the two stake races from those days last week. The Palisade Stakes was Thursday's race, mile and eighth for 3-year-old fillies on the grass. Purse is just $65,000 in added money. Let's take a brief look at him. Here's Kurt Becker's call.
Sophie, my love, toward the inside, a short lead. Shire's End now starts to move forward to get the lead by a neck at the 8th pole. Then a gap of 4 more lengths to Mocha, Something Beautiful, and All Het. Here's Shire's End with the lead by almost a full length in the final 16th. Sophie, my love, is second toward the inside. The Palisades goes to Shire's End.
Shire's End, 7-2 price here, and that was a nice price because she was third in the Appalachian opening day of the meet. She comes back here and gets the nice score by a length. Robbie Alvarado in the irons aboard this daughter of El Prado. Sophie, my love, All Het will be the place and show finishers. Shire's Ends, mile and a furlong last Thursday, 149 and 2. The Colts had their turn on Friday, 3-year-olds that is, in the 4-runner stakes at a mile and a furlong. And that's $100 grander. The prize on this one, again, is Kurt's call.
In the stretch, Cryptic Rascal trying to go gate to wire. Opens up on the lead by 3. Senior Chop Chop. Actor is still far back with Buff, and the leader is at the 16th pole, and Cryptic Rascal will be a convincing winner in the Grade 3 4-runner stakes.
Cryptic Rascal, you knew where this guy was going, right to the front with Julie. It was just a question if anybody could run him down. 5 in a row for this son of crypto clearance, trained by Bob Baffert. They made him 4-5, and rightly so. Senior Chop Chop made a go of it, but has to settle for second. Clever Actor gets the 3rd spot. Cryptic Rascal, where'll he go next? A grass-running fool goes the mile and a furlong, 149 and 3. Saturday afternoon at Keeneland, 3-year-old fillies was sprinting in the Beaumont Stakes at 7 furlongs, 125 the added purse on the Beaumont. Mr. Becker again describes the action.
And they're off in the Beaumont Stakes. Dixie Melody is being sent for the early lead, and Rubia, along with My Blonde Beauty and Bourbon Belle, all showing early speed as well. Santa Ria will be up fairly close in 5th. She's placed toward the outside, 3 lengths off the lead, heading up the back stretch. Then Jill's Lil Girl just inside of Jay's Hope, who's in between horses. Then Red Cat, who at this point is 10 lengths off the lead. She and Nurse Goodbody both go toward the outside. Star of Broadway hugs the rail and moves up 9 lengths off the leader. She's back around the 10th position. Nurse Goodbody drops back on the outside. Then Sandy Bay Lady and Key Echo, who is the trailer. The opening quarter went in 22 seconds. Bourbon Belle has opened up on the lead by a length and a half, and Santa Ria is giving chase in second. Rubia the Gray is under the whip, but not responding. Jill's Lil Girl moves by her into 3rd, and Star of Broadway is 4th. She's got 5 lengths to make up, and she's taking toward the outside. The half in 44 and 3. Into the stretch, Bourbon Belle chased by Santa Ria and Star of Broadway, who's there on the far outside. and Star of Broadway just keeps moving out in the center of the track. In the final furlong, Star of Broadway gets a narrow lead from Santa Ria and Bourbon Bell, who's now third, but the Grade 2 Beaumont goes to Star of Broadway.
Well, Star of Broadway, Dwayne took her out to California, as we've chronicled for you, and got her dusted out there in the Las Virgenes. Comes back here where the competition is much easier, and now she sprints away to a 2 1/4 length victory, pat in the irons for Dwayne. She's just a little too classy for these 3-year-old fillies. She was overmatched in the Las Virgenes, where she did finish a decent enough second. Santaria was second here, Bourbon Bell third, Star of Broadway going the 7-panel Saturday, 1:26 and 3. On Sunday at Keeneland, a little grass race before the main attraction. The Spinning World, 5.5 furlong sprint for the fillies and mares, 65 thou, the added purse. Again, here's a little snippet of that race with Kurt giving us the call.
Big City Bound comes to the quarter pole, leading Golden Mirage by a length. Tarzana toward the inside in third. Song of Africa 6 lengths away. Ultimate Strike is still far back with 8 lengths to make up, and they're coming to the 8th pole. Up front, Big City Bound still chased by Golden Mirage in the last 16th. After that, Tarzana, Song of Africa, Ultimate Strike is still 6 lengths away. Here's Golden Mirage coming up on the outside again. Golden Mirage gets the lead, and Golden Mirage wins it.
Hey, 3-year-old filly here, Golden Miracle, a daughter of Green Desert, an Irish bred, has been running at Fort Erie and Woodbine and over in the Curragh in Ireland. That's where she won her last race back in May of '97. Now she comes to Keeneland and beats her elders here by a length, sent off at 11-1. Ding! $24 on Golden Miracle. Willie Martinez up for trainer Josie Carroll. Song of Africa, Johnny Kimmel's nice run is second, Tarzini at third. Golden Miracle zooming around the Keeneland course on Sunday, 103 and 4. And the main attraction was the Coolmore Lexington Stakes at 1 mile and a 16th for the 3-year-olds. $325,000 is the added purse on the race. Seeing if we get a Derby entrant out of this field. Let's take a look at him. Again, Kurt describes the action.
And they're off in the Coolmore Lexington. Cowboy Dan is away well, along with Boy American toward his inside, and Keen Dancer and Grand Slam heading into the first turn. Boy American will have a short lead to Cowboy Dan, who goes second on the outside, then Keen Dancer, who stays toward the rail, and now Grand Slam moves up a spot into third, just 2 lengths off the lead. A break of 2 more lengths to Dr. J, Classic Cat, One Bold Stroke, and Overreact Sean is the trailer. The opening quarter, 23 and 2/5 seconds. On to the backstretch, Boy American leading Cowboy Dan by a neck, a gap of over 2 more lengths to Grand Slam, who's third by a neck just outside of Keen Dancer. Margin of 4 more to Dr. J, who is wide. One Bold Stroke and Classic Cat both moving up toward his inside, and Overreact Sean is last after a half in 46 and 3. Into the far turn, Boy American chased by Cowboy Dan and Grand Slam. The front 3 separated by a length. Keen Dancer and Classic Cat are next. One Bold Stroke goes outside of them. He's 3 lengths off the lead, coming to the quarter pole. Cowboy Dan drops back. Boy American leads it a length and a half. Grand Slam is next. Classic Cat is moving up toward the inside, a closer third, coming off the far turn. One Bold Stroke is still far back. But Boy American has the lead. Classic Cat is looking for some running room. It takes to the outside at the 16th pole. Grand Slam is still third. Boy American chased by Classic Cat. It'll be close. Here's the line. Photo finish.
A Coolmore Cat, Classic Cat, Robbie Alvarado up, gets the nose victory for David Cross. This 3-year-old son of Mountain Cat gets just his second win. He's been racing against much, much better His last start was the beginning of the month. He tried the Santa Anita Derby. He was 5th in that race. He's tried several stakes after breaking his maiden and just couldn't crack. But boy, he found a field he could beat here, getting the victory up in time, beating Voy American. Much better performance from Voy American than we had seen previously. Of course, the competition, I'm sure, had to do a little bit with that. Hey, and there's one of our dual qualifiers, Grand Slam, who ran decent enough, but just came up a very short and tired horse. But at least he's running sound after that horrible injury in the Breeders' Cup last fall and the dismal performance he put in the first start of his 98 season. Will D. Wayne send him to Louisville? Now, folks, what do you think? Classic Cat, well, they'll decide as he goes the mile and a 16th, 1:42 and 4. All right, from Keeneland, let's go to Lone Star Park in Grand Prairie, Texas, for a look at Sunday's afternoon double-barreled features, the Texas Mile and the Lone Star Derby. First up, the mile, $250,000 in guaranteed purse monies. 5 older horses facing the starter here. John Dooley gives us the call.
In the gate, and they're off in the Texas Mile. Annette toward the inside, Reality Road, and Chris McCarron and Reality Road come up to grab the lead from Annette as they enter the first turn. Scott Scoundrel just behind them, Little Bit Lively is running 4th, and Toll Booth Willie outrun through these opening furlongs. They're heading toward the backstretch, and Reality Road is off the inside. Room inside for Little Bit Lively. Should Carlos Gonzalez elect to come through inside? And he does with Little Bit Lively. Reality Road double-teamed by Little Bit Lively and Annette. Scott Scoundrel running along in 4th, and it's 6 lengths back to Toll Booth Willie. The opening quarter went in 24 seconds flat. They head toward the half-mile pole, and Little Bit Lively sent through inside of Reality Road to get the lead. 4 furlongs out from the Lone Star Park wire. David Flores has Annette running in the 3-path. Scott Scoundrel getting a solid look running in 4th, and Toll Booth Willie now 9 lengths back. 3 furlongs to go. Reality Road and Annette coming up together to Little Bit Lively. Scott Scoundrel and Toll Booth Willie, they're coming toward the quarter pole, and Annette sticks his neck out. Annette gets in front of Little Bit Lively. Reality Road, Chris McCarron has Reality Road put to the whip as they turn for home. Scott Scoundrel coming through inside of him. Then Toll Booth Willie, they're in the stretch. And it's Annette leading the Texas Mile field down toward the last 8th. Little Bit Lively finding a second wind. Little Bit Lively comes back to life for the last 16th. Annette is running hard on the outside. Little Bit Lively and Carlos Gonzalez. Annette digs back in. Little Bit Lively does it.
Little Bit Lively finally gets some luck here for Bobby Barnett and John Franks and Carlos Gonzalez. We've watched this guy at Oaklawn during the meet get beat a neck in the Razorback and then get beat a head in the 5th season. Now he goes to Texas and wins the Texas Mile by a head over Annette, who won the Lone Star Derby last year, so certainly a fondness for the racing strip at Grand Prairie, and a tremendous stretch battle with Little Bit Lively just outgutting Annette in the final jumps for the win. Scott Scoundrel, we know all about this guy, forever on the board, gets the 3rd spot here. But it is Little Bit Lively going the mile on Sunday, 1:37 flat. The 3-year-olds in the next race at Lone Star in the Derby, another $250,000 race here. The distance is 1 mile and a 16th. Again, here's John Dooley's call.
And they're off. And Custer got pinched back at the start. Troy's Play, La Migra is showing speed on the outside. Here comes King Caspian. Futuristic is gathered back to run from off the pace as Shot of Gold comes up on the outside as they enter the clubhouse turn. David Flores sending Shot of Gold up to La Migra. Just behind them is Futuristic, and down inside is Troy's Play. 2 more lengths back then to Smoldering Heart. A wide King Caspian on the first turn. Custer is now up 1 place, and Longshot, he's a fast tab, has dropped out to last. The opening quarter went in 22 and 4, moving right along as they race up the Lone Star Park backstretch with La Migra in front now. Shot of Gold. Shot of Gold coming up once again to La Migra. Troy's Play, Futuristic, and Smoldering Heart, they're right together at the half-mile pole. The unbeaten colt, Custer, is coming up in the 4-path, and King Caspian is 5 wide with 4 furlongs to go. Still 5 more lengths back to He's a Fast Tab. The half-mile went in 46 and 4. Just over 3 furlongs to go in the Lone Star Derby, and there goes Shot of Gold. Shot of Gold opens up now. Futuristic is in a drive running second. Smoldering Heart in third. Custer ridden along by Don Pettinger at the 5/16 pole. Troy's Play also felt a crack of the whip. Then He's a Fast Tab. King Caspian has dropped back, and La Migra won't be winning as they come toward the top of the stretch. And it's Shot of Gold who comes off the turn in front. Futuristic taking the turn wide. Smoldering Heart now has a hole to run through. On the far outside, Custer, He's a Fast Tab, then Troy's Play, last 8th. And it's Shot of Gold, tackled by Smoldering Heart. Tim Ducey and Smoldering Heart. David Flores and Shot of Gold, level terms at the 16th pole. Shot of Gold, Smoldering Heart. Smoldering Heart has a gray head in front, and Smoldering Heart goes on to win the Lone Star Derby.
Smoldering Heart. Tim Ducey up a half-length score for trainer Terry Brennan. 3rd win out of 6 lifetime starts. The other 3 starts, 2 seconds and a third. This guy has never been off the board. They were thinking about the Arkansas Derby. He had just gone through his allowance conditions, but they thought this was a better spot. Indeed, excellent management here on Smoldering Heart to get the win. Shot of Gold was second, the favorite in the race. Troy's Play gets the show money. Smoldering Heart, probably see him in the Illinois Derby, going the mile 16th. 146 and 1. And another Derby on this weekend's menu for us was at Golden Gate Fields, the California Derby. This is on the grass at a mile and a furlong. The purse on the Cal Derby, $200,000 guaranteed monies. Michael Rona in Northern California has the call.
All set. Racing. Ladies' Din is away nicely. De Walker showing good pace. Early Pioneer is in search of the lead. They're followed on the inside by Acknowledgement, who's close handy in advance of Prime Meridian. Wider out Go Rusty Go, Availability, Country Garden second last and pulling, and 2 lengths His Legacy 2. As they join the course proper, and Acknowledgement through on the inside leads De Walker by a head, with Ladies' Din caught a bit wide, a close third, not much pace on. Early Pioneer is a close fourth. Then a length and a half further back to Prime Meridian leading the stretch. Availability racing 3 wide. Country Garden inside that pair. 2 lengths to Go Rusty Go, and at the tail is His Legacy 2. Short of 6 furlongs to negotiate, and De Walker takes up the running. Draws a half length clear from Acknowledgement. A length and a quarter to the favourite Ladies' Din, followed closely by Early Pioneer inside Prime Meridian. A length and a half to Country Garden, who's 7 from the front. They're followed by the grey Availability, 2 in front of His Legacy 2, and Go Rusty Go, keeping him company, is at the back of the pack. They leave the half-mile peg behind them, and De Walker breaks clear by 1 length from Ladies' Din, taking up the chase to second. Acknowledgement is relegated to third, being joined out wide by Prime Meridian, who's going forward. An Early Pioneer between horses advances to fourth. Country Garden's off the rail in the bright orange, about 5 lengths from the front, coming up to the quarter pole, and from well back Availability is looming into calculations. Ladies' Din, the new leader in the Derby, taking over at the top of the stretch from De Walker. Prime Meridian about to issue a challenge. Country Garden switching back towards the inside, and then Availability. Ladies' Din at the 8th pole, ahead in front, tackled strongly by Prime Meridian, and a length further back Availability with Country Garden. Prime Meridian takes the lead. Prime Meridian coming away from Ladies' Din, and Prime Meridian a length and a half. Ladies' Din, third Availability.
Well, here's a story. Brent Sumja was watching the Hialeah simulcast and saw Prime Meridian, the 3-year-old son of Prime Minister, break his maiden. He inquired if the horse was for sale. He said he was, so he coerced his owners to buy this guy for a price in which he terms between $100,000 and $200,000. So now what do? He further coerces his owners to put up $10,000 supplemental fees to get the horse in the Cal Derby. A very nice return on their investment, and I'm sure trainer Brent Sumja is very happy that things worked out like this. Wow, Prime Meridian getting the length and a half score, and of course, as you would expect, ting, $35.60 on Prime Meridian, a 16-to-1 shot. Ladies Din, favorite in the race, best he can do is finish second. Who is that Hialeah shipper? Availability gets the show spot. Prime Meridian, they'll keep this guy on the grass, that's for sure. Going the mile and a furlong in 1:48.3. All right, let's take our second break here. When we come out the break, we've got our closing weekend action from Santa Anita. Then we got to go back to the Big A. Excellent steak on Saturday and state breads on Sunday. More to come. Don't go away. Be right back after these messages.
The first leg of the Triple Crown will be on Saturday, May 2nd, the 124th running of the Kentucky Derby. Then on Saturday, May 16th, the Preakness Stakes will be contested at Pimlico Racecourse in Baltimore, Maryland. And on June 6th, live from New York, it's the 130th running of the Belmont Stakes. All races will offer win, play, show, exacta, and trifecta wagering. Catch all the Triple Crown excitement at any Capital OTB location.
Here's a solid return on investment. At last year's Ocala 2-year-olds in training sale, New York bred Mellow Roll sold for $67,000. And look what he's already earned.
That tells you right there what you can do with a New York bred.
Then there's New York bred Dance with the Bride, who cost $42,000 and has earned over $150,000. So look for New York breds for your best return on investment at Ocala's 2-year-olds in training sales. New York breds, they start with an advantage.
Saturday, Santa Anita Park, a couple of races for you. The San Simeon kicks it off. 6.5 furlong sprint for the older horses. 100 thou on the line here. Trevor's got him for us.
Coming to the top of the lane, Alpha Plus at the rails, Surakai alongside, Johu on the outside. Then comes Warning Time, Naninja down at the rail, and 8th to go. Alpha Plus digs deep alongside of him, Surakai. Now here comes Captain Collins and Labib. Labib absolutely flying, and Labib inhales him in the final 16th. Labib going away. Labib, Surakai.
Oh, Labib, Kent DeSormo in the irons, 2-length score, sent off at 4-1. Muhammad Maktoum and Neil Drysdale, last raced in August of '97 in the Arlington Million, finished up the track 7th, raced on, arrested since that time, comes back here off the layoff for the score in the San Simeon. This guy won the El Rincon a year ago at Santa Anita. He's a son of Learfan. Sriracha, the 8-5 fave, was second. Captain Collins third, 12-4, the San Simeon time for Labib, co-featured on Saturday's action with the Santa Barbara handicap for the fillies and mares at 1.25 miles, 250 thou, the guaranteed purse on the race. Again, we've got Trevor with the call.
Wheel for the Santa Barbara sent on their way. They all came away smoothly. A Coot in the white cap going to go straight to the lead. The grey Real Connection on the outside and Pomona in the red colours. The favourite Fiji right there at the rail in the green cap. And that leaves Queen Maud last early. The pace is good first time round as they come into the stretch now. A Coot is out here leading them. Real Connection tracking her in second. And the favourite Fiji content to sit there in third with Pomona in the red colours on the outside of her. And Queen Maud is at the back, 8 lengths off the leaders. Past the wire first time round now, and A Coot now opens up to lead by 2.5 lengths. Real Connection quite content to track her in second, and Fiji just lopes along in the third spot now, 4 lengths off those leaders. Then we come back to Pomona, who's got 6 lengths to make up, and Queen Maud on her outside. They run to the 3/4 pole in the Santa Barbara, and A Coot settle down into a steady stride now. It's a decent pace too. They're not flying but not crawling either. A Coot in front, 1.5 lengths. Real Connection second. Fiji still just loping along in the third spot, 3 lengths off the leader. Queen Maud's got a little closer in the white cap, and Pomona is last, but they've taken closer order now. 4 lengths would cover them all. They head to the half mile in the Santa Barbara, and still A Coot the leader, but Fiji now going to come and put pressure on her early. And there goes Fiji now to take on A Coot as they go into the far turn. Real Connection has to quicken. She's losing ground at the rail. Queen Maud takes third, and Pomona is 4 lengths off the leaders. 5/16 to go, and Fiji now hits the front, and she's full of run. And Fiji telling them, you're going to have to come and catch me. You want to win the Santa Barbara. Fiji's opened up on them now. Pomona in the red cap coming to chase her home in second. But it's Fiji in full flight for the wire. She's clear by 4. Pomona is giving a game chase second. But Fiji, once again, just exuding class. Fiji in an overwhelming performance.
Hey, here's Fiji, a 5-year-old daughter of Manila, trained by Dick Mandela, sent off at 2 to 5. Goodbye. 5 easy lengths. Kent DeSormo up. She was 6th in the Buena Vista, February 28th. Mandela says, that's it. We'll just rest her and point it toward the Santa Barbara. And boy, she just overpowers this group. Pomona was 2nd. A Coot 3rd. 1.25 miles for Fiji. 2 minutes and 1/5 of a second. Sunday afternoon, fillies and mares had their shot at sprinting on the Santa Anita turf in the Las Ciénegas. 6.5 furlongs the distance and another 100 grander. Again, listen to Trevor give us the call.
Heads a turn for home, and it's Granja Realesa in front from Imroz, Miss Forte, Advancing Star. Dance Parade is still back 5th. Homeward bound now, and Granja Realesa hangs on desperately, but Imroz now getting the lead. Imroz hits the front, and here's Dance Parade coming flying on the outside. Advancing Star's in there too. Dance Parade on the grandstand side coming flying. Imroz at the rail, and Advancing Star. Dance Parade up to win it from Advancing Star.
Dance Parade. Neil Drysdale wins another stake, his 13th stake win of the meeting. Almost everything he saddles gets to the winner's circle. Kent DeSormo up. Boy, is he riding Drysdale's coattails. A length score, beating Advancing Star with I'm Raz finishing in the 3rd spot. This is a daughter of Gone West. She was in the Buena Vista and on February, along with Fiji, who we saw. That was at a mile. She won that. Now they turn her back to 6.5 furlongs. Sent her off at 6 to 5. She doesn't care how far the race is. She just loves to win. Since coming to the U.S., 2 starts, 2 wins. I can't do better than that. She goes the 6.5 panels in 1, 13, and 3. And featured 8th race Sunday, the 1.75 $400,000 guaranteed Grade 1 San Juan Capistrano, but we're going to change that name. Let's take a look at these older horses go over every single inch of the grass at Santa Anita. Here's Trevor's call.
They're all set. Heel for the San Juan Capistranos, sent on their journey. Royal Strand is quickest into stride and takes the early lead. Star Performance in the red was out well, but doesn't want to go up there alongside of them. Now here comes Belgravia through at the rail, and Belgravia now the new leader. CC Docteur is tugging pretty hard in the gold sleeves, and New Frontier in the white cap is in the vanguard as well, as now Star Performance content to drop back into 5th. Devonwood 6th, and then Amerique. We drop back to Ella Aristocrati, who's a good 14 off them. Ataki's outside of that, and Kesem Power is last. Kesem Power's a good 20 lengths off the leaders. Coming down the hill first time round now in the San Juan, and out on the lead here is Belgravia, leads it by just over a length to Royal Strand 2nd. The pace is pretty decent for a race of this caliber. Back in 3rd is CC Docteur, and New Frontier is 4th. Down at the rail, Devonwood is in the blinkers, and here's Star Performance in the red colours. Settled down in 6th now. He's 5 off the leaders. Amerique is racing all on his own, back 4th last, been followed by Ella Aristocrati. Itaki is 2nd last, and Kesem Power is pretty keen to go on now. He's on a tight hold at the back of the pack. He's now only about 12 off the lead. coming past the stands first time round in the San Juan. And Royal Strand has now run up alongside of Belgravia. They've slowed the pace way down here. Racing in the third spot is New Frontier, and CC Duck Tours right alongside of that. Devonwood is only 2 lengths off them. Star Performance and Kori Nakatani quite content just to bowl along in the 6th spot. They're now 4 lengths off the leaders. America's racing in 7th. Here's Ella Aristocrati back 3rd last, but now only 6 lengths off the leaders. Kesson Power scrapes the paint 2nd last, and the long shot at Taki brings up the rear. Down the backstretch they go in the San Juan, and it's still Belgravia at the rail and Royal Strand in the gold cap right there. CC Duck Tour is coming to quicken matters now. CC Duck Tour putting the pressure on the leaders. On the outside of him comes New Frontier. Devonwood in the blinkers down at the rail. Star Performance going to have to sprint for home now. Kesson Powers getting closer to the leaders at the rail. Then it's Amerique. On the outside, Ella Aristocrati started his run, caught wide, and then Itaki. They bunched up with 5/16 to go. Now it comes down to a matter of stamina. CC Duck Tour goes on. Devonwood in the white blinkers right there. Ella Aristocrati on the outside of that. Let's see, Star Performance is far, far back. Kesson Powers coming flying now. Homeward bound CC Duck Tour alongside Amerique, Devonwood, and Kesson Power and Star Performance flying late, but Amerique has burst away, and it's going to be Amerique and Eddie Delahousse. Amerique wins the San Juan. Star Performance late.
Well, let's not call it the San Juan. Let's call it the San Ron Capistrano, as trainer Ron McAnally saddles Amerique for owner and breeder Vern Wenchel to get a 1.5 length score in the Capistrano. Sent off at 11-1. Ding! $24.80. What a job of training. This guy was 4th in the San Luis Rey, beaten 3 lengths of prep for this. But listen, it's only the horse's 3rd lifetime win and 1st stakes win. That's right, the horse was eligible for non-winners of 2 other than, and now is a Grade 1 stakes winner. Amerique with Eddie D in the irons. Star Performance finishing in the 2nd spot. Kesson Power 3rd, and Jim Bond at Devonwood out there, who ran a hell of a race, finishes up 4th, beaten less than a 1.5 lengths for everything. But it is Amerique going the 1 3/4 miles Sunday, 2 minutes 47 seconds for left. All right, on Monday at Santa Anita, closing day, let's take a look at a couple of stake races for you. First up, we'll show you the Valiant Pete handicap. This is a 6-furlong Calbred race. The purse here, $100,000 in added monies. Let's take a look at him. Here's Trevor's call.
Awesome Days, men's exclusive's got something left though. These two battle through the lane together. Awesome Days at the rail, men's exclusive just can't go with him. And Awesome Days gonna get up to win it. Awesome Days beats men's exclusive.
Awesome Days gets the victory in the Valiant Pete on Monday. 3/4 of a length, sent off at 9-2, beating the 4-5 favorite, men's exclusive. Best he can do is get the place money. In excess of Bull finishing in the show spot. Awesome Days, 3/4 of a mile, 1:08.2. And our final stake race for the 1998 season at Santa Anita. 3-year-old fillies sprinting on the main track at 6.5 furlongs in the Santa Paula Stakes. Purse here, $75,000 and added monies. Trevor again with the call.
Love on the road still by 4. Holy Nola plugging away at her on the outside now. Love on the road. Holy Nola catching late, but Love on the road going to make it number 5 for Cantasormo.
Love on the Road gets a length score closing day in the Santa Paula at Santa Anita, and the 5th win on the day for jockey Kent DeSormo. We just saw him win on Awesome Days. Comes right back again with Love on the Road. Holy Nola was 2nd. Tippy Toe Cat gets the show money. Love on the Road, 2nd in La Harbor on grass. This filly will run on anything. Trained by Sanford Shulman. Goes the 6.5 panels in 1 minute, 16 seconds flat. Okay, Saturday afternoon down in New York, the Grade 3 Bed of Roses Mile was run for our fillies and mares. They got a $150,000 added purse to shoot for. Let's take a look at them as Tom Durkin gives us the call.
Off the turn into the stretch, it is still Dixie Flag in front and Hidden Reserve full throttle now on the outside. But Dixie Flag digs down and she's got something left. Dixie Flag has turned back Hidden Reserve. 5 lengths back to You Can Do It third, and it will be Dixie Flag in a powerful performance here this afternoon. She wins by 4 emphatic lengths.
Flying the flag, Dixie Flag is flying around the Aqueduct Oval for trainer Alan Jerkins, the red-hot trainer Alan Jerkins, and the Bohemia stable that owns this Daughter of Dixieland band. She won the Top Flight last November, you recall. She gets her 3rd in a row. She comes in here off a bit of a freshening, sent off at even money, and zoom, like Luzzie, just a passenger aboard Dixie Flag. Hidden Reserve was going for another win from Shug, and boy, the best she can do is watch Dixie Flag finish up 2nd here. You Can Do It gets the 3rd spot. Look at that mile time over that continuing souped-up Aqueduct main track for Dixie Flag, 1:33 and 3. Okay, Sunday afternoon we had state breds going postward in both divisions of the Stallion Series, the Park Avenue and the Times Square. The Park Avenue is for the 3-year-old fillies. They're at a mile, 100,000, the guaranteed purse, and the overwhelming 1-5 favorite here is Jersey Girl. She won the Cicada last time out in open company for Todd Pletcher. What's she gonna do against state breds? Here's Tom's call of the race.
And now Migliore says go with Jersey Girl, and she is going, gone. Jersey Girl lengthening her stride and pulling away to another impressive victory, a very polished and professional filly.
Well, this Daughter of Belong to Me all but runs out of the picture here. She wins off by a pole. Mig on the irons, just along for the ride, one of the easiest wins he'll ever have. Dance with the Bride is just futilely chasing and doesn't even get close enough to sniff on her. Finishes 2nd, Sheiky 3rd, Jersey Girl rolling home in 1:36 and 3. All right, the 3-year-old colts in the Times Square division at a mile, and again 100,000 guaranteed, and again Tom's got it for us.
Sandpile, Mellow Roll, and Diplomatic Corps now 3rd. Sophisticated Man has given it up. It is Sandpile, Mellow Roll, Diplomatic Corps on the outside. Sandpile running a big one today, and he's won it. Sandpile, the winner by a length.
Hey, here's Sandpile. Look at this, a Cure the Blues 3-year-old state bred, making just his 3rd career start for trainer Jim Bond. Of course, Jim was out in Southern California, but he must have liked what he saw on the simulcast as Sandpile gets the length score. Had a nice bullet work for this race as well and gets the length win. Georgie Chavez, who had been mired in a bit of a slump and has switched agents after 7 years with Vic Gelati, gets the stakes win here. That ought to boost Georgie's confidence a little bit. Mellow Roll, the favorite, looks like he didn't want any part of the mile distance as he chucked it in late, but hangs on for the place money. Remember, he's our state-bred 2-year-old champ from last year. Then we've got Diplomatic Corps finishing in the 3rd spot. Sandpile gets the Times Square mile in 1:36 and 1. All right, let's go back to Keeneland for Wednesday's feature, the 1.5-mile Elkhorn Stakes on the grass, $100,000, the added purse on the race. Again, we've got Kurt Becker giving us the call.
Salem leading African Dancer, who gets a tap of the whip in 2nd. There's a length separating them. Lafitte the Pirate under the whip in 3rd toward the inside. Chore 1 and Chief Bearheart. Coming toward the 8th pole in the Elkhorn, African Dancer gets the lead away from South Salem. Chore 1 and Chief Bearheart on the outside. Chief Bearheart is running out of ground to catch the leader, African Dancer. Chore 1 and Chief Bearheart are giving chase. African Dancer hangs tough to win the Elkhorn.
Well, the champ, Chief Bearheart, finally get back to the races, and they bet him down at 3-5. But they didn't realize that every time Jerry Bailey gets on African Dancer, this horse out of Bill Mott's barn wins. This is 6 times Bailey's ridden this horse, all in the winner's circle. 8-5 gets the length victory in Wednesday's Elkhorn Shore One, finishing up in the 3rd spot, a length behind the champ Chief Bearheart, who just cannot run down African Dancer as he goes the 1.5 miles on that soft course Wednesday in Lexington in 2:31.3. Okay, that takes care of all 25 replays. Got to get squeeze everything in for you. Now, quickly in our notes department, looking at some of the races this week. Of course, Churchill Downs opens with the traditional run of the Derby Trial. That's this Saturday. Keeneland closes out with the Bewitch and the Ben Ali handicaps. Hollywood Park opens up on Friday evening, and they'll have their nice spring-summer run of races. We'll look at the Senorita Desert Stormer and Inglewood handicap. Golden Gate has the Oakland handicap for us. In New York, we'll take a look at the Cumley and the Excelsior Breeders' Cup handicap, among others, on next week's show. All right, in the wake of the 3-year-old action this past Saturday and Sunday, here's what happened, folks. Our dual qualifiers are down to 0. As we suspected, they're all gone. Grand Slam didn't run well enough to convince Lucas, amazingly, that he doesn't belong in the Derby. Coronado's Quest, of course, Shug and Stu Janney sticking by their original statement not to go on to Kentucky. Lil's Lad has the chip, and the Souvenir Copy will run in the Derby Trial. So, hey, there you go, folks, a dual qualifier for the Derby Trial. Here's another interesting fact on post positions for the Derby. Going back to the year 1900, the turn of the century, the most profitable post position to elicit winners has been the rail. Post position 1 has given us 12 winners. Post positions 4 and 5 are next with 10 winners each. Post position 2 and 10 with 9 winners. Post position 8 with 8, and post positions 3 and 7 with 7 winners. Post position 6 has 6. So I guess you got to be in the inside if you're going to win the Run for the Roses. Remember, this year's post position draw has a new wrinkle where the trainers choose their post position as their pill is pulled out of the hat down at Louisville. Also, this past week, on the eve of Secretariat's 25th anniversary of his Triple Crown start in the Derby, his groom, Eddie Sweat, has passed away at the age of 59. He'll be interred in his home state of South Carolina. Of course, Eddie, the groom, also of Riva Ridge during the tremendous 2-year run that Penny Chernery's Meadow Hill stable had back in 72 and 73. And finally, Tim Smith has been tabbed the Chief Executive Officer of the NTRA. 49-year-old Smith from Atlanta, Georgia, previous experience with the PGA, came on board the NTRA in its fledgling stages as a consultant, then worked his way up to the acting Chief Operating Officer, and now this past Tuesday was named the Chief Executive Officer. Headquarters will be in Atlanta for the time being. That's where his family is, and he will also have a 3 to 5 year contract with which to work from, and his task, a dubious one, of trying to unite this fragmented thoroughbred industry. We hope to help him out in every single way we can. All right, that I think covers everything. Wish we had more time, but we're stretched to the bone here. As always, stay tuned right here to your OTB TV, radio, and internet station where you get the most complete coverage in thoroughbred racing. See you next week. So long, everybody.